President William Ruto is a man who looks determined to make Kenya great at all cost. This is the man who understood what to do. He had a plan. He is a man of mission and vision. He is a man with one mission to change Kenya. It's gonna be difficult, but William is determined.
I am very positive. I am very clear in my mind that I have only one mission: to change Kenya. And by the way, I have every intention to do it. And I know very well that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. But it is never too late to do the right thing. You cannot be wrong by doing the right thing. So I intend to transform Kenya. We have always known and wanted to do what we know is right. We know we should create jobs. We know what we need to do to create jobs. We know we should control our expenditure. We know what but the thing that has been lacking is somebody to lead the way in doing it. I intend to lead the way.
William Ruto is determined to make sure that universal health care must work for all. The Asola must receive quality health care as to those in the employment sector. The president has said that all will contribute the same percentage corresponding to their earning. Just listen to the president lay his emphasis.
For the first time, every Kenyan, even those who today cannot afford nothing, they will have a health insurance. For the first time. Number two, those who, the kind of unfairness that there can be. Mama Mboga is paying 10% of our income for health insurance. William Ruto, the president of Kenya, is paying 0.001%. Why? All we are saying is, let everybody pay an equal percentage of what they earn. Is that too much to ask? What will happen? The people who are paying 500 will come down to 300. Is there anybody saying that there are people who will get an insurance cover who do not have? No. Are there people who are saying that those at the bottom of the pyramid will reduce their money or their contribution from 500 to 300? No. The people who are talking are not talking about those things because they are not convenient, and because many of us believe those people don't matter. I want to tell you, my friends, those people are also Kenyans. They matter the same way we do. Let us give them a chance.
And Mr. President,
let us give them a chance to also participate in Kenya.
The president is also determined to make sure that our economy bounces back and Kenya be the leading economy in East Africa and Africa continent as a whole. The president has told the nation that to do this, he must make hard decisions, which will definitely cause pain to the Kenyans to secure the future. Just have a reason to this.
Our economy today is out of debt distress. And that is the truth. For your information, if I didn't step in, let me even say, if I wasn't president, the kind of decisions I have made, very difficult decisions, very painful decisions, decisions that I know they will cause pain, but it is better we make those decisions now than get Kenya into debt distress. There are almost 8 countries in our continent, including one that went into debt distress. I don't want to mention countries, you know them, last almost 3 weeks or 1 month. That is the worst thing that can happen to any country, to go into debt distress. We are now out of debt distress. Our economy is stable, but the difficult part is still there. We still have to navigate. All we have done is to avoid the cliff, right? That we have avoided because we have negotiated, we have put brakes on expenditure. We have negotiated a good package with the World Bank, with IMF, with development partners, with bilateral countries, China, Europe, and everywhere. And that's why I have been on the road so many times. People ask, what is he doing? It was necessary for me to step in and stabilize so that Kenya does not go into debt distress. Through this agreement, we are signaling to the world that Kenya is ready to manufacture and export high-value premium products to Europe and to the world at large. And I trust that this ceremony will inaugurate the arrival of investments in other manufacturing areas, including chemicals, pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, and equipment. And Madam President, let me just inform you that just last week, we went out to provide infrastructure. There was an announcement last week of investments that will be required in our special economic zones. We have 6 of them in the works. We're now going to provide the infrastructure in those special economic zones, and we're looking forward to investments from Europe and from elsewhere so that we can use these facilities with very high incentives to develop manufacturing and value addition capabilities, especially for adding value to our products. Between myself and the county governors who are present here, we are improving the market value chain, building 400 markets across Kenya and another 47 county aggregation and industrial parks as a mechanism of ensuring that the whole agricultural value chain, all the way to the exports that will find themselves into Europe, have a trace and chain that will provide infrastructure for that to be done systematically. There is no doubt that the agreement will promote significant transformation of various value chains. We are committed to deliver our plan for Kenya through a considered value chain approach, which places emphasis on cardinal issues of competitiveness and value proposition in each of our interventions. As shown above, the agreement goes far in facilitating our preferred delivery approach for Kenyans.
In the side of creating jobs, the president has done all he can to create employment both in Kenya and outside Kenya. This is how well he is determined to create employment in our republic. Just have a reason to how he is determined to make sure that their employment is created across the nation.
You're trying to find fault. What is the greater good? What is the national interest? I mean, to you, does creating 120,000 jobs register anything good?
It is a good thing, but I'm asking you about public participation
making sure that an ordinary person who would otherwise never have a chance to own a home, now they have a chance to own a home. Does that make sense to anybody? Yes, it does.
And the
so, you see, if you pass an exam with 80%, it's an A, my brother. The people who are working today did not have a job, right? Those are the people in the street. They didn't have a job. The people who have a job have had to pay 1.5%. 1.5% so that we can give a job to somebody else. And for your information, that somebody else that is getting a job is a taxpayer. They contribute to what we eventually earn. Is it too much for us as public servants who earn a salary to give 1.5% of our salary so that somebody else, another Kenyan, who is also a taxpayer, who also deserves something. They don't have a job because the job maybe they would have, I have. But I'm being asked, contribute 1.5% so that that other Kenyan who is walking in the street can have a job.
But it's not just that, Mr. President.
Let me just finish. They too can own a home the same way you own a home. All we are saying is, let us have a country where nobody is left behind.
Maybe the question...
Because we are just thinking about ourselves. Yeah. We are discussing how our salary is going to be, how 1.5% of our salary. There are people who have never seen who have never seen a pay slip. There are people who really, genuinely don't have a chance at life. I am asking the rest of Kenya, please, let us give a chance at life to many more Kenyans than those of us who are employed. We are only 3 million. We have 10 million people out there